Hello, all my 171 dance friends. This is Miss Carrie here with dance challenge number 2. Create your own warm-up. So a warm-up might look like the exercises that you do at the beginning of your dance class, or it could be a whole routine of exercises that you might want to do before a rehearsal or before a performance to get you all nice and warmed up. So the first question might be, why do we warm up? So we warm up to raise our internal body temperature so that our muscles become nice and loose and flexible. And when we do this, those muscles will help us to perform better and help to prevent us from getting injured or being sore after a class or a performance. So after you do this warm-up, you should feel nice and loose and maybe even a little bit sweaty. All right, so how do we warm up, right? Now we talked about why, and so now how. So you might have already noticed that the warm-up looks different depending upon what class you're in, but there are some elements of all of those warm-ups that are still similar. So the first thing you need to start to think about when you're designing your warm-up is your joints. So getting those joints nice and warm. So you might start with your feet and your ankles, but by the end of your warm-up, you should have your back, your hips, your knees, your elbows, your shoulders, all of those joints should be moving. So the first steps in a ballet class when you're standing at the bar and you're doing the exercise where you're getting your feet and ankles nice and warm, that's a great warm-up. Or the beginning of tap class when you're doing the taps and heel work in that beginning combination. So those are some examples. All right, the next thing that you need to think about in your warm-up is lengthening and stretching your muscles. So that might look like the pliés and tendus and the floor work and stretching exercises that you do in a modern or a jazz class. All right, the next part of warming up is making sure that you are strengthening your muscles. So that's all of the things that might hold a particular position for an extended period of time, might be something where you're in releve for a long time, could be planks and core work. It could be anything that's done while you're balancing on one leg. Those are all important warm-up exercises. And last, but certainly not least, is to get moving. So that all of those warm-up exercises should then be followed up by the things that are moving across the floor. That might be tendus or battements or flaps or prances. So certainly at the end of your warm-up, make sure that you're moving about, right? Okay, so now back to the challenge. Your challenge is to create your own warm-up. So guess what? You get to pick your own music. Fun, right? The other thing that we would suggest that you do is write down your choreography. If you make some nice notes about what you've planned, then you can keep doing this warm-up exercise while you're dancing at home, and then you can teach it to us when we're back in the studio, or it's something that you can use for years to come as you get yourself warmed up for a rehearsal or a performance. We love you. We miss you. We miss dancing. We hope that you are all happy and healthy and that we get to see you really, really soon. All right? Now, go get warmed up.